So I'm resting, relaxing, having a day of rest today. I just about fell out of my chair when I saw this. It's an area of interest for me. I haven't seen the original documentary that Ruslan and his friend are responding to here. Um, but this subject that Ruslan is talking about, and apparently the documentary as well, these are great interest to me as far as the format of the church and what is really going to help the saints to grow into full maturity. Um, this passage that they're referencing, we just got to be more careful than this. But at the same time, I'm thinking, how are you going to be careful? You know, you're just reading the Bible. You think that it says what it says. The NIV. I had to look this up. Which translation is translating it this way? That's not a translation. The word church is not even in this verse. I happen to be familiar with it already because I've looked into this verse. Um, the word church is not in there. Furthermore, the directing the affairs of the church, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Oh my, so I'm not very fast on my feet. I apologize. Um, the word there, proistemi, can mean rule, and a lot of the translations do have something to the effect of rule. Um, it can also mean taking care, caring, and I don't mean like affection. I just care about you so much. But it can be with affection, like with your children. You take care of your children. It's like a an executing well of your responsibilities, the work that you need to do. We need to take care of our children. We need to care for their physical needs and all of those sorts of things. I think that's what's being referenced here in this verse. And the reason why I think that is what's being referenced is because Jesus said, it's the nations, the Gentiles, that exercise authority over people, and it shall not be so among you. I have other material that really goes into more of what what Jesus was talking about there. But I just want to make the case though that we don't exercise authority. That's what Jesus said. He is our Lord, and so we should be paying attention to Him. Now, these other passages, these translators, they come along and they look at these. Where has the tradition come from that they translate these as basically a position of rule, directing the affairs of the church? Wow. There is no passage in the New Testament that needs to be translated or otherwise interpreted to mean that Jesus didn't mean what he was saying about exercise of authority over people not being so among you. I guess I don't have anything more to add to that for now. I need to lay the foundations for all of this, and some of my new videos. My channel is new, but I do have some videos up on this subject. I am not seeking to pick on Ruslan. I'm not familiar with his body of work, really. I have seen a couple of his shows before and have found them to be really engaging and actually pretty thought-provoking. So, maybe sometime I can do a response to this whole video, and it would be appropriate for me to see the documentary in question, too. I just wanted to point this out about the translation, that that we have to be more careful than that when we're trying to make a point from a passage. This is a mistake that I could make too, and if I ever do, just call me on it, please. You think it says that because you're familiar with it. It would be a good idea to actually, if like you read through the whole Bible in the NIV one year, to go back through when you go next time to read through the whole Bible, read a different translation. Start getting into, you read the Bible a few times, start getting into the original languages. We have so many tools now, Bible study tools, where we can get into the original languages. We can see what the dictionary meanings are. We can see exactly how it's been used in the Bible, and sometimes even extra biblical sources like the history of the word. I believe Herodotus also use this word proistemi, for example, and then it can mean rule, apparently. There are deeper dives that we can get into and just be better prepared by the scriptures to do the good work of gathering together as the saints, working together as the saints. Anyway, I hope that many of you are also having a good day off today, and we'll be in touch. Give me comments. Engage. Thanks.